How's it hanging? It's Web Studios here. I'm Reed.
And I'm Jax.
And today we have a very special video.
We personally consider ourselves to be pretty big Spider-Man fans.
Since Spider-Man's creation in 1962, he has transcended not just comics, but movies, video games, TV shows, even commercials. We love Spider-Man so much. We've spent so much money on Spider-Man suits and other merchandise. Spider-Man is one of, if not the greatest superhero of all time. Since we watched Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man has been our favorite fictional character ever. He means so much to us.
So we've always thought, could you be Spider-Man?
The short answer is no.
But I'm sure you guys are here for the long answer. I mean, in the comics it's super simple. All he does is go to a science exhibit and take pictures of the spiders, and then he gets bitten by a spider, goes home feeling normal, wakes up having superpowers, super strength, being able to climb on walls. He wants to become a wrestler, so he puts on a wrestling costume and goes out and becomes a famous wrestler. He lets himself get too arrogant, so then he lets his uncle die due to his arrogance. As his uncle dies, he tells him with great power comes great responsibility, so he decides to carry on that mantra and take on the great responsibility of having these superpowers and become a superhero.
Not so simple in real life, however. There's a lot of things that the comics don't account for that today we're going to be ruining your childhood with. A super suit can make or break a superhero. Luckily enough, Spider-Man has one of the best costumes on the planet. It's also super widely available, so that leaves you a lot of options to making the suit. You could obviously make it like Spider-Man does, or you could buy it, or you could pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get it custom made specifically to your liking.
If you want to stay lore accurate to the character, I'd recommend making your costume out of fabrics you can actually buy. There's a great video by Godzilla Mendoza where he goes over this practicality of making the suit and how you could actually do it for around $100.
So the second option is the one that we use, and that's buying from a company like RPC Studio, Heroes Time, or Print Costume. We specifically buy from Heroes Time most of the time. However, sometimes these other costume companies offer things that the other one doesn't. RPC Studio, for example, has the nicest costumes, but they're also the most expensive. Heroes Time we like to go with because they have a normal, average, good price, and the costume quality is really impressive.
The third option is to get it custom made. This is where you would buy the actual spider and the lenses and the face shell and the pattern on the suit, and then you would get everything custom made and custom fitted to you. This is a very expensive way to go about it, but it does end up looking the most accurate to the movies. As you guys know, all of the movie suits are several $1,000s each, and they make multiples of them for the movies, and this just is not realistic, but if that's what you guys want to go for, then I do recommend getting a custom-made suit. Spider-Man's pretty buff.
The comic Spider-Man is 5'10" and 167 pounds, while in other interpretations like the Insomniac games, he's 5'10" and 180 pounds. However, if you're going for a more college-age Spider-Man, then I do think that 5'10" with a 180-pound physique would be more accurate.
If you guys want to replicate the Tobey Maguire look for the movies, he was about 5'8" and 150. So if you guys are taller, of course you're going to have to pack on some more muscle, and if you're shorter, you're going to have to be a little bit lighter. Andrew Garfield was 5'10" and about 170. Tom Holland was 5'7" and about 140.
I always find a way to come back.
To say that Spider-Man can take a lot of damage would be an understatement. Spider-Man, maybe more than any other superhero, has taken damage both mentally and physically. Probably more mentally than anything else, but Spider-Man really has absolutely insane endurance.
He has incredibly dense bones and tendons that allow him to swing. His skin's extremely durable. He has huge muscles. His hair is silky smooth. His eyes are dreamy. I wish he would say hi to me.
On a completely different topic than whatever he was talking about, he also has an increased healing factor. Now, it's obviously not to the extent of someone like Deadpool or Wolverine, but more on par with Captain America or Black Panther. Basically, if he gets punched in the face, he'll heal like 10 times faster than you will. It's definitely not to the extent of some other people, but his healing factor definitely plays a major role in his durability and resistance.
He does have one weakness: diseases. He gets sick all the time, so things like the flu or any other kind of normal like cold are going to affect him and are going to make him weaker. But he still goes out and fights crime while you nerds are sitting at home on the couch watching this video.
So there isn't exactly a way to become this durable or even close to it. Honestly, the best that you can do is just stay as healthy as you can, as fit as you can, and just eat as many vegetables as you can. The healthier you are, the quicker you'll heal, and hopefully that should get you even closer to being Spider-Man. Not only is Spider-Man buff, but he's also stronger than every single power lifter on the planet. Spider-Man is so strong. I feel like in media, they almost always have to nerf Spider-Man because he is unbelievably strong. According to Stan Lee, Spider-Man's strength is only outdone by Thor, Hulk, and The Thing. This was like back in the 60s or the 70s, so take that with a grain of salt.
In the comics, Spider-Man is able to lift 10 tons. That's about 20 cars. I guess getting bit by a radioactive spider gives you the proportional strength of one as well.
Of course, humans can lift absolutely nowhere near this, not even close to this. You can't lift this much.
We've seen many examples throughout his history of his feats of strength. For example, we have him holding up a train car,
Him stopping a train,
holding another car,
holding boats together,
lifting tons of rubble off of him,
and many more feats of strength.
Extraordinary. How did you come up with this?
Peter Parker in the comics has a reported IQ of about 290. Now this is up there with some of the smartest people in the entire Marvel universe, like Mr. Fantastic and Iron Man.
He possesses a unique ability to solve problems on the spot that a lot of other superheroes don't have. He's able to defeat these villains and find their weaknesses almost instantly, better than any other superhero.
As mentioned previously, it's going to take a super genius to be able to design some web fluid where you can fit 300 miles into 1 square inch and a tensile strength stronger than anything that we've ever seen.
So, could you become this intelligent? No. In fact, the closest recorded case really ever was this one guy, a Dragon de Mello, who had an apparent IQ of 400, which is cap, but whatever. While there have been some people who do near that 300 IQ mark, there's really only been one recorded case that gets even that close. Apparently, a dragon is the smartest guy to ever exist.
In other words, you kind of have to be either born with this intelligence or be in a comic book or be named a dragon. Spider-Man can see the future. You can't.
On a serious note, the spider sense is one of the coolest features that Spider-Man has out of any of his powers. It's a really interesting idea, and it's just such a unique way of telling a character and letting them have this danger sense. It's just unbelievable. No character has really done it since, except for Daredevil. I think that it's an incredibly inventive power.
There is a YouTube channel called The Hacksmith that made a video about the spider sense. It wasn't exactly accurate, but it came pretty close. The only thing that gets close enough to it is F1 drivers, and even still, they're not even close to being able to sense the future. To answer the question from the beginning of the video, no, you can't be Spider-Man.
However, you can live by Uncle Ben's words. With great power comes great responsibility. See you next time.